I'm Rolan. The entire world has been radically affected by this coronavirus outbreak. The whole world is reeling. And this unprecedented global situation calls for extra patience, extra wisdom, extra compassion from all of us as we're all being stretched. Now, as a minister and professor, I like connecting people with Scripture. So, let's turn to Ephesians chapter 6. Here in Ephesians 6, let's listen to Paul. And there he is, Paul, apostle, with one of his Instagrammable photos. But anyway, Ephesians is one of the so-called prison letters. And for Apostle Paul, his situation as he's writing this letter was far from easy, far from ideal. And we know from Scripture that Paul was imprisoned several times. Let's look here at Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10. Finally, be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. Put on the full armor of God, so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Here Paul talks about being strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. Other versions, the power of His might. That's more literally, that's what it's saying. And there's something interesting here. Ephesus was the center for wrestling. In the Greek, it's called Pale. Pale is wrestling. And it's not the same as WWF. Okay? Pale refers to Greco-Roman wrestling. Much like what's done in the Olympics. And there's a contest between two athletes. They attempt to throw each other. And the winner is the one who gets to hold his opponent down with his hand on his opponent's neck. And so this is the kind of wrestling that Paul is describing. We're caught up in this intense spiritual battle. So Paul is saying that we have to be strong in order to do pale, in order to do wrestling. It's fitting for the times today because that's what we're doing in this spiritual war. We have to wrestle. And it's so dynamic, it's so unpredictable, very scary at times. So seeing this picture of pale, wrestling, Paul, I would believe, wants to challenge us in our different situations about wrestling. What are some things in your heart that you have to wrestle with? All of us have to do this. And as we think about this and as we ponder on this, I want to encourage you, if it's in your heart, maybe you can pause this video and think about the things in your heart that you have to wrestle with. Or if you're listening to this video with others, maybe you can have a short discussion with others in the room. All of us have to wrestle. What are some of the things that you need to wrestle with?